Welcome to the Being Curious Show. I'm Brian Mariani, founder of No Shift Own.
And I'm Kelly Wagner, publisher of Edge Magazine. Our show is about curiously connecting teachers and seekers on a wide range of topics in a safe space. Few topics will be off limits, and we have some amazing guests to share with you.
Our intention is that our conversations will spark your own curiosity to create a life that lights you up and inspires you to be kind, thoughtful, open-minded to yourself and others.
We are on AM 950, Sundays at 2 p.m. and all podcast platforms. So, Brian, what are you curious about today?
Okay, Kelly. The energy is really, really high right now. I mean, like spring.
You could call it spring. Do you really want to call the energy that we have going on right now spring?
There's a lot more than that, but it's part of the picture. It's part of the picture.
Brian, do you realize that you're in between like six amazing women, like sandwiched right in the middle?
Sandwich was the word that was coming to my mind, and I was like, okay, do we go with sandwich or do we try a circle or something? I don't know. We could go with sandwich. Sandwich works.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So for those that are listening and not watching, we have a show today with a number of extraordinary players, all trying to tune in together and see if we can create something that's even listenable. We certainly hope that it is. We really do try to have conversations that like people will get some value from. We don't know what's going to happen today, but we're trying.
We're just going to do a little more anal spray right now.
So we have a mix of amazing people. We've got some people in studio with you, Kelly. We've got some people tuning in on Zoom. We've got Angela Zabel, who we've interviewed before, who had me burst into tears. That's recorded. Go watch it. Have a good time. We've got some other extraordinary guests. Kelly, who else do we have?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna back it up a little bit. We are on Facebook Live, on the Edge page, on AM 950's page, on Randi Hoyt Art's page. We're on LinkedIn Live. So like there's a lot of layers to today as well. So not only are we doing like a 3 and 4 camera shoot, but we're also going to be we're all over the place. Okay. We're multidimensional. Oh my gosh, Suzie, I'm so like, that makes me so happy you said that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we are coming together today to promote and celebrate this beautiful collaboration called Art on the Edge. And I'm going to try not to cry because I know. It's so fun. So I'm going to let Suzie take it away in a moment. But we have Angela, we have Randi, who's our guest artist, who you're going to discover a little bit more. Of course, we have Mr. Brian because he's in the sandwich in the middle. What kind of sandwich are you, Brian?
I mean, I always go Italian.
Okay,
I mean,
there we go. So
it's in my blood.
Right.
Where's the wine?
Cue the music. We have Suzie Marty, who is the amazing curator of Everett and Charlie and my partner in crime. And we have Sandy, who is this amazing mandala artist. So today we have, oh my gosh, it's just coming to me, this perfect balance of metaphysical and art. Okay. Wow. I'm 10 feet behind everybody else riding the short bus. No offense to the short buses. I love them, but like that's where I'm at today. Okay. So
shout out to the short buses.
Shout out to the short buses. Look, my son in kindergarten rode the short bus, and it showed up to our driveway the first day of school. And I had this little moment of just, cultural perceptions of the short bus. And he was so excited. He runs up and he's like, I get my own bus and it's my size. And I just changed my perception ever since then. He high-fived the driver and got on and got his own private ride to school. Okay, so Suzie, what is Art on the Edge? And why are we doing this? And how did it come up? And the mic is yours, and just let it flow.
Oh, my gosh. Art on the Edge. Okay. So I like to tell the story of when we met, because that's how it all began. Yeah. And I'll make it a short story this time. But you
have 11 minutes.
Okay. Angel lovers. Yay. About a year and a half ago, I had an event in my art gallery, Everett and Charlie in Linden Hills, and Ann Pryor, who many of you know, she's a beautiful, gifted, intuitive painter. She was doing a demonstration in the gallery, and in walks this long, dark-haired, beautiful woman with these big brown puppy dog eyes, and she looks at me across the room, and I look at her, and we went, holy crap, how do we know each other?
We did.
So after the demo, we were like, blah, 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 about probably a past life for sure.
Yeah.
But in this life, we went, well, here we are. What do we do now? And very quickly, we decided we needed to collaborate on something. And I was just enamored with what she does and the world she lives in. And
vice versa.
I've got the art thing going. And we thought, well, let's bring them together. How do we do this? And we thought, well, let's just do an art fair. Like it's an easy little thing, right? And we decided, well, let's shoot for July. And we had about, 4 to 6 weeks to put this thing together last year?
Yeah.
Everybody we talked to thought we were absolutely nuts because it takes months, if not years, to put something like this together. We are based in Minneapolis, so, you got to pull permits, you got to get porta potties, you got to do all this other stuff besides bringing together community and great art and vendors. But we did it. It was a huge success. It was a beautiful day. Yes, it did sprinkle a little bit.
We had all 4 seasons in one day.
We kind of did, but you know what? What did we have, about 60 vendors, artists last year? And maybe a couple pulled out because the weather was looking pretty iffy. But the rest of the crew gathered in the middle of the street and started blowing the winds a different direction.
They did.
They literally did. It was just magical. And they dance in the street and they go, oh, it's sprinkling. Or no, it's sparkling. They said it's sparkling out here. Yeah. So that's how we met. That was the beginning of Art on the Edge. So what else can I say? We've got beautiful people there. We bring together the metaphysical world. Kelly brings to the table her people, Reiki, tarot, crystals, you name it. You can talk about that. Yeah. I bring artists, painters, potters, jewelry people. It's just a fabulous mix, and it's a very charming, charming art fair. It's not overwhelming. It's not huge, but it's got everything you want and then some. And then we'll get to this beautiful woman next to me who just brought it all together with her beautiful street mandala that just, rocked it. It was so amazing. I still get chills about how it brought so many people to the street, and the kids were coloring in the chalk, and what else? We have live music. We've got food trucks. I don't know if you know this, but I'm looking at getting some live street dancers to kind of. I know. Secret.
Oh.
And we always do a commemorative artist for our annual poster. And Randi, of course, is with us today. And she just sent us not one, but 2 images that are so fantastic. We can't decide which one to use yet, Randi. And I don't know, maybe it will be both. But we're gonna figure this out here in the next couple days. And it'll be great. So people will be able to get their commemorative poster by then. Oh, my God.
We closed on what's also lovely is that Linden Hills is like Sesame Street. I mean, if you haven't experienced Linden Hills, it is like Sesame Street. And then you have Everett and Charlie smack dab in the middle, and it's 46th Street, correct?
43rd. West 43rd
West
Street
43rd.
And east of Upton in Minneapolis. Yep.
We close down the street, and there's if you know the area, there's a lot of neighbors, and they all come out and help volunteer.
Oh my gosh.
So we want to do a shout out to anybody on that street that that they allow us to inconvenience their day in honor of our beautiful event, and that is stupendous. And not a lot of communities will allow that to happen in our world. So we're just grateful for that. And also, who are your neighbors? Let's do a little shout out to your neighbors.
Yeah. Some of the neighbors in the block, because some of them are becoming sponsors for this as well. So bravo to them in supporting all of this. Heartfelt. Let's see, Harriet Brasserie next door, the restaurant who we share an alley with that leads to our secret garden. They're just magically supportive on everything. Tilly is on the block. We've got Nabi. It's a foodie neighborhood, you guys. I could name all the restaurants there. We've got Wild Rumpus Bookstore right next door for the children's books. A new bookstore, Kama. Kama's right around the corner. She's lovely. Who else? Heart of Tibet. Can't forget them.
No.
They've got beautiful Tibetan singing bowls and crystals and I don't know. Oh, and Sebastian Joe's.
Don't
leave out the ice cream.
Can't forget the ice cream, you guys.
So if you haven't been to Linden Hills, it is a charming, charming community right in the heart of Minneapolis, 2 blocks from Lake Harriet. And, it's just the energy last year for this beautiful little art fair that we put together, festival art fair. I don't even know what we call it everything.
Yeah.
In many names. So.
And it just... the volunteers are beautiful. The experience. So it's 10 to 5 on July 22nd. Okay, so everybody write this down. Just get it on your calendar now because it's amazing. And again, July 22nd, 10 to 5. And again, it was really lovely last year when I was watching people. They'd go from tent to tent and tent.
They did.
And like, I want that. And then, I want that. So we really tried to curate a beautiful group of participants, vendors, supporters. And then we have Angela, like, oh my gosh, she's going to bring the house down. Like, just so much going on with it and very, very unique. And I'm so happy that we were like, let's just like do a mashup of our worlds and come on in.
It's great. I mean, where else can you go and buy a original painting, have your tarot read on the street, and
get some
buy some energy work, buy some beautiful jewelry, grab a beverage and just hang out. It's just magical.
And then possibly speak to a loved one that had passed. So, I mean,
all of the above.
I mean, that's like better than Disney World if you think about it. I'm like, oh my goodness.
The full day.
With no lines.
With no lines. And then we have to find a way to get Brian here because, that could be lovely.
Yes.
Well, I already heard my calling card with the street dancers. I mean, that's my part-time.
Oh.
Don't get me out there with some good drum beats and some nice tunes. I'll just be lost. I'll do it from 10 to 5.
Well, we're still working on that, so hold on.
Okay, and then
But quickly, where can people go and like get a ticket, or where should they go for information? What's the easiest
Well, the beauty is it's a free event.
Free.
All you got to do is find some parking in the area and walk on in. So that is beautiful. So, but we do really encourage you to support these artists and vendors by purchasing and experiencing what they're bringing to offer, because we want them to keep coming back and have it successful for them as well.
we couldn't do it without them. Like, let's be honest. Right?
No, they love it. One of the painters that we had last year, it was his best outdoor show ever. He sold so many original paintings. I'm like, man, good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Do you have any idea how many people came through last year? Approximately?
I want to say, because the weather got a little this and that, I want to say we trended probably about 800.
Oh, I think it was way more than that.
Okay, well, Dean, say I'm wrong.
I'm
the visual girl.
Yeah.
Way to undersell this.
I know. No, I was going to go for 2,500.
Okay, well, there we go. Susie might have her finger on the pulse a little better than I do.
We'll have the security guards with clickers this year.
Oh yeah, we have security guards, and we have a nurse on staff. We're like proper. This is like a big girl festival. Like we're like.
When you have like EMTs on site, you're doing something big.
Yeah. Well, it's actually required by the city, so we play by the rules.
A little wink and a smile. Oh yes, we do everything we can.
But back to just real quick, our volunteers. They will all be in Art on the Edge T-shirts.
What color did you go with?
We're going with a turquoise this year.
Last year was purple.
Let's talk about turquoise.
Hey, Angela, what's the vibration of turquoise? What are you getting on turquoise? Yeah, I knew that you'd have something.
Turquoise is the combination of two worlds. It's bringing that earth energy and the sky energy and that water energy all together in one.
High five.
So what a beautiful way to represent that.
Okay, everybody, you can't make this up because you should have saw Susie and I going back and forth because last year was this beautiful violet because your colors are that and my colors are that.
We wanted to go with that higher
turquoise.
Purple. I know.
Okay, so Sandy, we're gonna hold off to segment 2 to introduce you, but we're gonna have to somehow get turquoise into the mandala in some way, shape, or form. But that usually happens anyway. So it's all good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you guys. I know. This is a 3-ring circus, and it's amazing. And this is great. Okay.
It's
Can't
energy.
wait to hear the feedback
it's energy.
on this show.
Oh yeah, it's going to be like squirrel moments over and over and over and over. But you know what? We're so excited, and call out to anybody else in the media in the Twin Cities area. This is a thing to cover. You need to reach out to Suzie and I, because this is fun. How can people get a hold and get more information? edgemagazine.net. Go to Edge Events and you'll get the information, our Facebook page, our event page, and all that. And then
EverettandCharlie.com. Same thing. There's an events page. Yep. So Instagram, Facebook.
We're going to be all over the place. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh, there's the music. Patrick's so good at that.
Cue the music.
Cue the music. Okay. On behalf of Angela, Randi, Brian, Suzie, Sandy, all of our guides here, there, and everywhere, and myself, thank you so much for listening to our amazing segment 1. We will be back in just a few minutes, and we're going to get to know everybody a little bit deeper. Talk to you soon. There we go. We're back.
Shout out to our amazing producer, Patrick, and AM 950. Just always there for us. So we're really excited in segment 2. We want everyone to kind of get to know everyone on the show today a little bit. Hopefully you're getting really excited about this awesome event. The weather is going to be great. There were a lot of people there last year. There's going to be even more this year. Quick heads up, everyone, please hydrate. There will be someone there just in case you do too much dancing, but drink a lot of water on that day. It's going to be exciting. You're going to be bouncing around a lot. You'll probably do some dancing and singing and enjoying all the extraordinary vendors. So let's say hello to Randi. You want to kind of just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're going to be doing at this event?
Yes, absolutely. And I want to say thank you again, Kelly, Brian, and Suzie as well for having me on. I'm so appreciative. I connected with Kelly through Angela, and it was so beautiful because I got the opportunity to create a cover for Edge magazine and do poster designed art for the Art on the Edge this year. My art, it's been about 5 years now that I've created such art that represents the connection between women and nature, but specifically us and nature. And I just connect so strongly to nature. And when I drew my first tree woman, I knew that this was where I wanted to be and this is what I was going to do. I've been in the recent couple years so connected to my art and being able to reach out and connect to other people. So with my art, again, I created series of illustrations, starting with my book, Women Are Like Trees, to my next book, Women of the Earth. I am finally starting my next book, which is Women as Natural Wonders of the World. So I'm excited to share that with everyone. Good. Join me on my Facebook and Instagram at Randi Hoyt Art, because you can follow me on my art journey. You can also find me on my website, randihoyt.com, too. So you'll see all my art on there, and you can follow my blog and my journey and everything like that. But again, I'm so excited to have created the artwork. Thank you again, Suzie, too, for working with me on that.
Your work is just amazing. I mean, when you came in and we met, I knew immediately. And when I looked at your books, I'm like, how are we going to decide, or what will she create for us? It was just magical. So thank you.
Oh, it really is. Angela, how did you and Randi meet?
We met at one of the expos that we were both at the same expo. I think it was your first show, Randi, I think. And she was right next to me, and I went over and I saw her stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, people have to see it because it's just amazing. It really is. And just the heart and soul behind it is beautiful. And then I had to introduce her to anybody I could.
Thank you so much, Angela. Honestly, we connected so strongly. I remember with Ocean being one of my illustrations. That was something we really strongly connected on. And that was very special to me as well, to get your insight on my work And I just built a connection ever since. So
Randi,
amazing.
I just want to ask a quick question now, and this is hard on radio because we've seen the images and we don't have them here to share because that's going to be the unveiling at the art fair. But the one that's going to be the cover of the Edge magazine, can you talk about that one a little bit? What was behind it? Is there a title to it? Where did that come from?
Absolutely. The title, it was a work in progress, but what felt so natural to me was curiosity in nature, because the theme that Kelly and Steve had provided was curiosity. And I was like, this is the one that I want. And everything about nature is curious and everything is about exploration. And I like to compare our journeys of life, our paths. They look like different parts of nature. So we have like a forest path, a mountain path, a river path, all of these things. And each path brings us these beautiful experiences and also obstacles too. In the piece specifically, it is like a journey throughout the piece. And if you look very closely at the detail, you will find that journey. And it's like, how do I get here to this point in my life? And it's being curious and stepping forward onto that kind of wobbly bridge and things like this. You'll get the reference when you see this revealed artwork. But she's also, it kind of grows up into a tree in her hands too. And this just symbolizes that with curiosity comes more growth as well.
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you. Can you write that down for me instead of
so hard right there. It's great to watch.
Wow. I've goosebumps. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome, Randi. Kelly,
Thank
we
you.
have to get Randi to do some cover art for our YouTube channel. Obviously.
Okay, Randi, we're going to be talking to you later. Okay.
Yeah, I love everything you just said, Randi. I'm like, yes.
Right?
Big yes.
Oh gosh, yes. Well, so we're kind of on the art vibe. Let's switch gears. Thank you, Randi.
Yes.
Let's switch gears to Sandy. Sandy, talk to us. So I don't know if there's ever been another street fair that has this, but in the middle of Sesame Street, aka Art on the Edge, Sandy comes in and does this channeled, beautiful mandala, and it's big. It takes up the street. It's amazing, and she just starts with this chalk and she just starts flowing, and it's beautiful. And it was a really beautiful draw last year, and we saw kids and adults and everyone. There's buckets of chalk around it, and it really brought everybody together, and it was by the music. And I felt so powerful about it is a day afterwards, 2 days after it, as it just started to fade away, but not fade away. And it was still very present. And then also in the middle of the day, we had the rain showers. So anything that was in the morning was kind of like watercolor, almost kind of whisked away. And then it was able to have a rebirth in the afternoon, right? So it kind of had all of these different energy and around it. And so Sandy, tell us about the mandalas. Tell us about how you do it, what you do it, and please, let's promote you however we can.
Okay, perfect. So each mandala is a visual story, and it's unique to the time and place of the community that it's made for. Community mandalas are universal, they cross cultures, they're ageless, and they're inclusive. Typically, I bring chalk reachers for kids that are either using a walker, kids big and little, that is, either using walkers or wheelchairs so that they can reach the pavement too. Last year at Art on the Edge, the center of the mandala, which is called the seed of the mandala, was question marks that went around in a circle. And there were 6 of them because I usually start the mandala with the flower of life. And so it came to be called the Curiosity Dala because, Kelly and Steve, it's all about curiosity, right? So about 8 years ago, I started saying yes to things. And then about 5 years ago, of those things that I was saying yes to, it grew into the opportunity to be a community mandala artist. And so I've created at chalk, art, and community festivals, at farmers markets, events, and a church. Most recently, I have been helping elementary schools reimagine outdoor play. And here's the visual. It goes hopscotch, hopscotch, foursquare, foursquare, and voila, a mandala. It's kind of like a buddy bench where it's an everlasting welcome for kids. You hear connections happening on the mandala, like, I've always thought you're really great at art, that kind of thing among students. It's just really beautiful. So the effects of the mandala are, Carolyn Vinnip actually calls the center a portal, which is similar to a labyrinth. And but a mandala has a presence. It's be here in the now. It's an opportunity to just be, to gather. And it is visually pleasing because of the symmetry, which helps our brain to feel balanced. It balances our left and our right-hand side of the brain. At schools, it's considered like an extra outdoor space. It's like an outdoor rug where recorders can be played around it. And even though students look at it and they see art, it's also a lot of math. And so kids from all cultures just feel welcome there. It's lovely. But the effects of it are super powerful. In Pittsburgh, there was a young gal who felt the energy so strong that she started doing like meditative and yoga stances. And this went on for like 15 minutes kind of thing. There is a school in Roseville that has 7 classrooms of kids on the autism spectrum. And one day they were having a very agitated day and called the principal and said, what can we do? And she said, take them out to the community mandala. And everybody went zen. Kids will lay down on the mandala now on the pavement, like this is the middle of the road, and they're like laying on their tummy, sucking a sucker, chalking the mandala. It's just a really comfortable, energetic place. It's really magical. So lots of magical moments happen on the mandala. Last week I was creating at a school, and the kids were coming, and they're like, wow, what is this? What is this? What is this? And one little girl says, well, it's a peace wheel, of course. And it was really, really sweet. But a little bit about my creative process is that I get a lot of shower thoughts. In fact, in, I think, 2018, I had, oh, that's mine. It's okay. I had a shower thought I was going to do interactive events. So here I am. But my mind sees in shapes, and shapes drop in for specific festivals. And so one creative story that I have is that Paul and Sheila Wellstone Center, I had been invited to create there for a community event that had like a food handout. It also had like dental exams and community resources. And I had seen this little shape that was like a drain cover. And I was like, oh, it looks like a basket. And I was thinking, how do I get the fruit to hang over the edge of the basket? How does it happen? And 2 days before the event, oh, Sandy, silly you, flip the basket and fill it with fruit. And so that became the center of the mandala, is a filled basket full of fruit. So that was quite the honor. Last year at Art of the Edge, it was absolutely magical. There is an eclectic community of high-quality Minnesota artisans, healers of all kinds, and aware, conscientious customers. And so there were, I was limited in my time, but I want to give a couple shout-outs here, because last year there was a group psychic reading. Jerima Silva shines as bright as the brightest star you've ever seen. And I had bought a ticket because I wanted to support the festival, but I knew I wasn't probably going to be able to make it. And at 11:50, it started to sprinkle and downpour. Sparkle. Sparkle.
It was sparkling.
It was the only way that I had access. So I kind of apologetically and enthusiastically entered into this space, and I was like, yes, I get to be here, because it was raining, and I can't create in the rain. So anyway, and then I want to give a shout out to Julie Sailors. She does reflexology, and she combines with her intuitive skills. I have to tell you, she was 100% spot on. I had no idea it was coming. And to this day, I'm still making choices in my life based on what she shared. So I would highly recommend. And Suzie had the forethought to include plein air artists. James Turner and other artists were creating, and what they created is stunning. In fact, the picture that was just shown was James Turner's picture from that. So thank you so much for being part of it. I'm Chalk Unity on Instagram, sforseth at comcast.net, Sandy Forseth on Facebook. And thanks, you guys, for including me in this curiosity moment.
How do we
I was like, I can't, like, we gotta go. Like we don't even need to do, like, sorry, Angela. This is
so,
oh, I'm just kidding.
I gotta say something about Sandy. I don't even remember how we met, but this woman, when she talks about doing the schools and the story in Philadelphia, she travels all over the United States to do these chalk mandalas. And I mean, some of the places that you go to, and then there's the Chalk Fest.
Chalk Fest, Maple Grove.
And Maple Grove, yep. I don't remember what that is. And that, go see her there, because there's how many? About 30 more chalk artists up at this thing?
Yep, should be 50.
Amazing. 50 this year, wow. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, she's downplaying how fabulous she is and how gifted.
Oh, thank you, Suzie.
Oh, you're wonderful.
Well, I mean, who knew how magical? I mean, it's just fun, and that's just another layer to this beautiful collaboration. Like, that's why we just bring so many different layers and people here, there, and everywhere just coming to support. So we're just ambassadors. We're the ones just kind of creating the sandbox, and everyone's just kind of coming in.
It's a yummy day.
It's an amazing day. Art on the Edge, July 22nd, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, you guys, we're going to come back and talk to Angela Zabel. So I don't know, Angela, I said your name right. I'm so excited. You know what? That's just an ongoing joke in the show that I can't say anyone's name right. Being curious, Kelly and Brian and everybody else, we'll be back.
Welcome back. This is the Being Curious show with Kelly and Brian. We're having a blast today. We have a big show. We have so many participants that are just thriving and bringing so much energy to the show. We're so grateful. And we're totally focused on this event coming up in July. We hope that you listen to this, and that if you're in Minnesota, you have go. That's kind
the
of
whole
obvious.
State.
Just go
in the Iron Range. Just come on down.
And if you're hearing this somewhere else, like, maybe you'll go anyway. I mean, why not? It's going to be an amazing day. We definitely want to hear from you, Angela, because I'm sure listeners of the show will remember you, and just give everyone a little bit of an idea of what you're here to talk about today, and how you'll be participating in this event.
And oh my gosh, this room is so full. You've got to give us a little just check-in too, because I just
do that, please.
Yes. Did you like that, everybody? Oh my gosh, the people that are watching this live are like, oh my gosh, you guys, like, this is how we roll, right? Okay, Angela, I promise not to pop in.
Sure, they want to come join us, because this is going to be a heck of a lot of fun, I gotta say.
There'll be laughter from 10 to 5.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to everyone here, because so for those of you who don't know me, I work with a team on the other side, and that team is just like going crazy today, because they're like, everything is coming together, because one of the things for me has been to make what I do normal. So I communicate with those on the other side, and I've been doing that with my whole life, but I kept it on the down low for many, many, many years, until it got to the point where they're like, we're done with you trying to hide us because we're done. So let's go. So at that point, I just got on the roll. And it has been such a journey and so much fun. And I've got to say, so I'm tapping just a little bit for those. The people in the room here, they are so excited because you are bringing art and the normal world of art world, bringing it together with this multi-dimensional metaphysical world. And for me, it's like, this is our normal. This is our actual normal, to be involved with everything and to incorporate everything together. And they're just saying for last year, they want to just do a shout out to Sandy for last year for opening up that portal, opening up that area of the world. Because
how sweet is that? Yeah.
They're saying that what you opened and what you started will never be closed again. And they want to thank you for that. So they're just like, and for those of you who don't know, all their emotion comes through me. So yeah, I'm the crier.
It's okay.
Right along with Brian.
Don't get me started. And I'll give you a little shout out, not a little shout out, a real shout out here, Angela. For anyone who's interested in, what the other side could look like, or you've read or heard or watched anything that has you kind of like, well, there's something there. Maybe I'm a little curious. Maybe I'm a little scared. Angela is someone that can bring it into your world in a way that is warm and comfortable, and
authentic.
Her ability to communicate and authenticity. We shared this beautiful moment during our show where I lost one of my best friends last year, and we've never met before, and Angela was communicating with him, and everything that was being shared was very intimate between he and I in terms of our friendship. And so I just invite everyone to be curious. And Angela is one of these extraordinary examples of someone we've had on the show where, connect with her, reach out, be curious. So I just wanted to say that, Angela, because I have personally experienced your gifts.
Well, and I want to add in, just as someone in my world, and everyone that's, if you listen to the show, you kind of know how I roll. I collaborate with Angela, and I trust Angela, and her advice is, and how she rolls is very authentic. It's very honest. And it is, she's a great mentor. She's a great teacher. And I love how she said this normalization, because that is truly, I'm someone that, like, I when you were talking about how hiding, I just kind of did this little thing because I hid it for years. And when it's just so lovely to be able to collaborate and be a part of this. And I'm taking up your time, and I apologize, but you guys, Angela, first, before you continue, how do people find you? What's your website?
So you can find me darn near everywhere. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I've got a YouTube channel, and the best way would probably go to angelazabel.com and go on there, and you'll be able to link up to everything else. And for me, it's getting that information out there, making what I do normal, because this is a normal part of who we are. And I want to thank both of you. Thank you so much for all of your kind words. I so much appreciate it. And I just got to say, Brian, I hope you've been going along and singing and having that radio up loud, because, yeah.
I think of that every time, Angela. In the car, blasting the music, and always, it's warms my heart every time I get in the car.
Because he was very animated, and he's just like going like this, and hands up.
And he had a Jeep, so oftentimes we'd be in his car, and he'd have the top down, and we'd be in his Jeep just blasting the music, and some of my favorite memories.
And he loves it. So he's having so much fun. So no, he's been joining you the whole time. He's been having a great time. And he loves the fact you're talking to him more than you ever have before. So thank you for that.
Lovely. Nice.
So for me, this has been, I look at those on the other side. There's all of us here in this room, and it's amazing. But if you could see and feel all of the other people that are around us in all of these different rooms here, it is absolutely amazing. And for me, I just feel it's such an honor for me to work with those on the other side. And this is work with them. They're in all different realms, whether it's in the people that passed, or you've got the angelic realms, the nature realms. Once you start connecting, everything is available. And so many of us get messages all the time. I think we were talking before, and Randi had a hummingbird come in, the first one she's seen, and it's all new beginnings, all new starts. And as soon as we started this show, those on the other side, for me, I feel like I'm on fire, full of tingles, because they're just so excited to be here and to see the collaboration between all of these that used to be kind of separate worlds and bringing them together. And Randi, they just want to say for you, you've been bringing out so much of that nature spirit and bringing that calm to people that is going to be so needed going forward. That calm, that groundedness, that beauty that is all around us, and seeing it in a different way, a different perspective, that is something they're so happy you're doing, because you are going to be reaching so many people with that. It's really going to be a calm throughout the storm.
Oh no, she froze.
Just to let everybody know, Angela lives in Wisconsin in this beautiful area, and sometimes her Wi-Fi gets a little sketchy. So keep going, Angela.
I'm back.
I know you're back.
It actually was a perfect pause.
It was a perfect pause.
It was really great.
It was.
Yep. I'm just going to say, I love hearing everything you're saying, Angela, and to many people, I'm imagine it is something that they can't really grasp or visually see. So bringing Randi in with her artwork is a beautiful bridge where people can go, oh my gosh, okay, I hear what Angela's saying, but I don't quite get it, but here's a visual. And now, okay, now I get it, you know? So bringing the two together in just that harmony is it's perfect.
So Angela, just because we have 6 minutes left, and I'm sorry to be the timekeeper because I'd love to go longer, you are going to be our gallery reader. So for anyone, and I know Suzie was having these questions at the gallery, what is a psychic gallery reading look like?
A heck of a lot of fun.
I know. Kind of like this show, but like a little different.
I love it. So for me, I never know what they're going to bring up. I never know what they're going to bring forward, but anything they do, for me, for those of you who don't know me, I work in love and white light, and I work with only the best of the best. I ask for those that are going to help me and the people in front of me. Because of that, they are going to send the best people forward that are going to make the most impact and the most understanding of their world, those on the other side, to help people understand what their world is like, what they have experienced. So everything they bring through is going to help an understanding. And that's the other thing with bringing our worlds together. These gallery readings are to bring people together, to bring both worlds together. And there's another caveat that I'll let you in on, is that anytime I work with those on the other side, a lot of you have worked with energy healing and energy, you know about Reiki.
We're holding.
We just hold it.
So the energy I was just talking about.
This is what happens when you really tap into your power, by the way. Literally, Angela has called in a storm and energy, and the internet's like, okay, we can't handle it. It's too much. We got to take a pause.
It's a power pause.
This is so great that it's being captured live. I love it. Sorry, Angela, go ahead.
And everything here, so it's a lot of fun. But they bring through an energy of healing and energy for everyone in that room. So it's like you're getting, I call it the big cosmic hug. It's like getting a hug from everyone you've ever missed, everyone that you've just wanted to see once more. It's getting that hug and that love coming from all of them at once. So for me, they're really coming in now. So
yep.
they're just so excited to show what their world is like and to be part of our world and to keep that communication.
Right on cue.
You can say that she lives out the middle of wherever, but I think it's the energy. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
And so for everyone listening, I think that, we really are hoping that through this whole conversation, through meeting all these extraordinary...
I don't know if you can...
Oh, go ahead, Angela. All right, Angela's coming in and out. Maybe she'll come back in and finish that thought. But really, this is a collaborative event. Oh, Angela, you back?
Angela's back.
I'm back.
Go ahead.
It's just kind of funny because I've done pictures with people and I had the photographer. All his equipment went out. His lights, his camera, everything went out.
Doesn't surprise me.
I'm like, just give me a minute. I said, let me walk to the other side of the room. And then all his stuff came back on. And then I came back in and I'm like, they're going to play with you because he wanted to see. Just like art is about seeing and you want that physical in front of you. He needed something. And they were always laughing at me because he needed something to show him this was real, and that was how they did it. So they turned his equipment all back on and then turned it all back off, and I walked away and they came back in and turned it all back on again. And this is what I deal with. I got people that go like, my phone isn't working. Can you please step away from me?
Oh gosh. Oh, I get it.
So welcome to our multi-dimensional show. We're operating on every level here.
Here, there, and everywhere. So the gallery reading we haven't set up the time yet, so I apologize. And actually, when the show airs, we'll have everything set up. But
it'll be on our website.
So please check back. So Angela's going to be our gallery reader, and we're going to be in a space, and you can buy tickets and just experience Angela tapping in and dialing in with the group here, there, and everywhere. And if you've been curious or you've never been to a gallery reading before, I really invite you because it's just an amazing experience. And Jarema brought the house down last year, and Angela is another gifted, just friend of the Edge, friend of the show, and trusted. And we are really bringing in amazing, and I don't even mean to do the whole amazing Kelly drinking game, but these are the people that we play with. This is what we want. This Suzie in her world and myself and Brian in our world. These are the people that we want to play with, and we want to share and highlight and position for the general public who are curious to come to our event to come experience. I mean, it's just
excellent.
It's shining a light on your gifts and abilities, whatever they are.
I think, Kelly, this show is a capsule for the bigger picture that we try to create and the bigger invitation we try to create on every show. It's being curious is that first kind of insight. And whether it's Angela or Randi or the million other healers and, extraordinary people out there, we just want you to find something that resonates, because that first step can lead to so much more. And here's an opportunity to really be in a very energetic space with all of this opportunity literally at your fingertips. And so let's be really clear on how people connect with you and with getting to this event.
Okay, you guys remember, Art on the Edge, July 22nd, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Linden Hills. More information at everettandcharlie.com, edgemagazine.net. You're going to see it on social media. We have an event page. It's fantastic. Please join us. It will be magical. On behalf of the Being Curious show, it's Kelly and Brian and Kelly. Cheers. We'll see you soon.